East Tennessee TV is more than a network, it's a family built on faith. Your support helps keep faith centered programming on the air and reaching homes in every state and more than 185 countries all over the world. Simply scan the QR code on your screen to give. Thank you for sharing our heart and standing with us.
First off, I want to thank everybody who is tuning in today to hear me out, all my supporters, all the people that have been there for me since the very beginning. You truly, truly don't know what it means to me. I have been so blessed abundantly with so many women and men who have made such a tremendous impact on my life and have really helped me get to the point I'm at today with everything, with my company, with my fitness, just with everyday life. So, thank you so, so very much. Today, I really wanted to get into the truths and just certain things behind the scenes that you guys don't get to see. I mean, we're always like social media ready and taking pictures and doing videos. And sometimes when you see influencers, you think that it's so easy and it just comes across just so simple. And really, it takes tremendous effort. So, if you're just starting out with podcasting, if you're just starting out with social media, or maybe, you're just a strong woman trying to get through the day, this podcast is for you. So, I wanted to start out with just from the beginning of all, like, how this even stemmed to my company, to social media, to podcasting. Actually, about 2 years ago, I started out selling products for Amazon. And so that was tremendously hard, especially being on camera. A lot of you who are just starting out, to literally hear your own voice and videos of yourself, like we are the worst critics of ourselves, and you could pick it apart and want it to be perfect. I remember some of my first videos in my dining room or in my kitchen to my living room. I would take about 40 to 50 takes of the same exact thing, repeating it to myself over and over and over again. And it didn't, everything didn't start to come together and without all the practice that I have put into it. So it is a lot of practice. It is nonstop. So if you're looking to open up your own company, if you're looking to start up social media, know that it takes tremendous work and effort. And I just want to applaud all the women out there that are, writing books, to doing, TV stations, doing their own podcasts, just every day. Maybe you're just trying to make something of yourself in your career and it's not social media. It's hard, and it may seem so easy when you see us on camera and when you see us taking photos and putting stuff on social media, but it is a lot of effort. And whew, being strong all the time and wearing the cape is so hard. There are so many days where, you might have had a bad day. You might have things going on within your relationship or at home, and you can't stop. Like, my job doesn't end. I wake up and I work all the way into the night. And then, even as you grow, it takes more work and more effort, and you have to get better. Things are constantly changing and evolving, and you have to keep up with the times, and it took me so long. Even the pictures and portraits that I put on social media today, oh my goodness, it took me forever to feel confident enough to be on camera and show my body. Like, the stage that I'm at, even with my body and my fitness and my health, oh my goodness, like, that has been work over years, and that is constant training, and it's literally doing the same thing over and over and over again, even when it's boring, even when you absolutely don't want to do it. And like, it's not even like, you can't even rely on motivation. And I know that a lot of you guys have heard speakers. I've actually had some amazing, amazing mentors in my past. And that's one thing that I could definitely take from them is you have to keep going. Like, it doesn't matter if you don't feel motivated that day. I have so many days that I am so tired and so exhausted, and I'm trying to juggle so many different things at once. And it's just a lot of you guys don't see it, and a lot of you are starting out, and the biggest thing is you can't give up. Like, starting out a first time business and company to generate income for, it takes months. I was in sales for a good like 5 years through flooring, and even with those, like, it took me almost a full year to grasp everything and understand everything and break it down and learn the systems, and then learn to talk to people and strangers. Like, since I was a young little girl, I've always been one of the shyest people you'll ever meet. If somebody told me I'd be making podcasts later and I'd be on social media and doing all this stuff and coaching ladies and just all these things, I would be completely shocked, because that was not my personality back when I was younger. And it's taken so much time to get to the point where I am at today. And so I want to make this to really motivate you guys. Like, I do this because, like, the biggest thing that you need when you're starting any of this is you have to have a purpose. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard my story on social media. You've heard, you know, just certain things and challenges I've went through in my life. And my main driver is that I want to show women, I want to show men, I want to show kids and youth that, hey, it's okay where you come from. It, like, I didn't come from a rich family. I didn't have, everything that I have, I've had to work for. I started out in retail. I moved from retail into the beauty industry. Then I went to property management. Then I went into flooring. Like, I graduated high school and I didn't really know where I was going to go with my career or anything. And I knew that I wasn't prepared for college. I had no idea what I wanted. And at the time, I just wanted to be, social. I was breaking out of my shell, and slowly, like, the best advice I could give you is just try different things. It might not be social media, it might be something else. Some of you are stuck in jobs that you absolutely hate, and I've done that too. Sometimes it's literally just the grind to keep doing something, and a lot of the salespeople that I've watched, mentors that I've watched, I've taken a ton of different classes on sales, on speaking, like a ton of things under the sun that I could name off. And one of the biggest things that they say is you can't stop. Like, if you're in something, even if you don't like it, you need to keep going and conquer it. And then you can move on to something else. The worst thing you can possibly do is quit. And I know it's really easy to quit. There's days like, gosh, even today for me was very hard. I've never recorded a podcast by myself ever. And you have to seriously be confident in yourself. And that takes time. It takes a lot of time. You evolve, you turn into somebody else, you learn how to speak, you watch yourself on camera, and it's just repetitive of the same things over and over and over again. It's the same thing in fitness. I know a lot of you women and men want to get your body to a certain way. You have to want it so bad. Anything you ever want in life, you have to truly want it and know that you're worth it. I don't care if you have to lie to yourself to make you believe it, because that's the start of it. It's all just mental. But I really can't stress enough, you know, I feel like a lot of people have gotten just some negative reactions off of social media. And I personally I used to not use social media at all. I had no Facebook until the beginning of last year. I was barely on Instagram. I never had a TikTok in my life. Snapchat, like years and years ago. So all this stuff was completely new, but I knew I had to do it for my business. And I used to see a lot of negative things on my feeds and everything like that, and what people put out into the world. And gosh, the main thing that helps me the most, because I have those demons that come up, I have certain things that come up, all these different outlets that come to you on the outside, all the negativity that can come with social media and everything. And you really, really have to pick and choose what you allow into your life. And that's one of the biggest things that I could tell you. I had to start blocking anything that came up on my feed that I didn't like. Stories of certain things happening around the world. Like, if you can't control it and there's nothing you can do about it, you should not be worried about it. You need to focus on you and making yourself better. That's part of helping the world. Like, if we all focused on ourselves and just stayed positive and did the right thing, I know it's easier said than done, of course. It is very challenging and it's hard and it takes practice. But that is one of the biggest things. Like, know who's in your corner. This guy who owned a large company in the Bay Area, I almost worked for, well, I worked for him for about a week. It just didn't end up working out. But one of the biggest things that he told me and taught me is, if you're going to start your own business, be very, very particular who sits at your table, who's around you, who's talking to you constantly, who's in your ear. Are they uplifting you or are they draining you? And the ones that drain you, you have to take out of your life. It could be family members, it could be friends that you've been friends with forever. And if they're not on the same course of life that you're in, unfortunately, they are going to hold you down unless they meet you at where you're at. So that is one of the biggest things that I've had to learn, and one of the hardest things that I've had to learn, especially getting through my alcoholism and certain traumas. I am nowhere near perfect. I'm always trying to continuously grow and get better in my craft and in making all these different videos and things like that for you guys. So I really just I want to inspire you not to give up. I want to inspire you so much. You know, I've been very, very fortunate that I had a mother who I watched her struggle and suffer and go through so many different things. And because of us, she never gave up. And so, even when I'm going about my days, when I'm going, into certain things that can be really challenging, I always think of her and she's in the back of my mind. I think of all these other women that are trying so hard to make it for themselves and do something for themselves. It's not an easy task. Like, even though things might seem perfect on camera and things might seem perfect in social media, we're all facing so many different challenges. And that is the other thing. As you grow and as you get better and as your life gets better, it doesn't mean that these challenges just go away. If anything, they get like 10 times harder. So it's like, the best thing I could stress to you is, don't be jealous or envious of anybody that you see online, anybody doing good. You should be helping to, lift them up and like root for them, because there's a lot of things that you guys don't see, on social media and on camera, that we all go through and experience. And it's always when it's getting so good that something so bad will happen or something will trip you up. And it's those that quit that never make it. But if you keep on going and keep pressing and pressing no matter what, even as hard as it gets, that is when you're truly successful. I've worked with quite a few men and women that were very, very successful, have grown very large businesses. And it's nice to be able to learn from them and learn from these owners and learn from these CEOs. Like, you get to be in their inner bubble and you realize like how much chaos is going on, how much they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And a lot of you would think, oh, I want that life, or oh, I'm jealous of that person, I wish I had that. And I want to just tell you, like, be careful what you wish for, because all of it comes with a price. Every single thing you work hard for, every achievement, that big house, money, everything comes with a price. It comes with something that you have to sacrifice, no matter what it is. And I can't like stress it enough that you just have to keep going. And one of the things that I also like to bring up that like really helps to fuel me is all the previous things that I've been through. A lot of you might not have successful businesses right now. A lot of you are working 8 to 5 and You're stuck in the rat race. You're stuck doing things that you don't want to do. And you have to think about all the things that you've already been through in your life, and take that pain and hold on to it. One of the books that I've read and one of the guys that I've seen in person is David Goggins. He has been somebody that I have idolized and looked up to for many, many years of my life. He's one of the first people that I ever saw and read his book that really made me start to turn everything in my life, because you see this man, he's so famous now, everybody loves him. And then you read his book and you realize all the different things he went through his childhood, like the people that bash him, to, just having a stutter, to being overweight, to every single challenge that was put in front of him. He kept going and kept going. And the other thing too is, I don't want to push my religion onto anybody, okay? I grew up Christian and I was away from God for many, many years. It took me a long time. And that is one thing I can also say is, I am not here without my higher power. And if you don't have a higher power or don't have something further to believe in, you need to get something to believe in to keep you stable. There's been so many times I want to quit, so many times that, I've broken down, I've cried, I want to give everything up. And if it wasn't for him or my higher power, whoever you want to call it, that is within your life that helps push you, I wouldn't be here today whatsoever through all the things that I've been through. And that's truly what's kept me so strong. So if you're out there, if you're struggling, if you're having a hard time with life, you must keep going no matter what. I truly believe that every single one of us is here for a purpose and a higher purpose. And I just want you to know, like, it's never going to be easy for any of us. Even the ones that you think that are doing fantastic, we go through so many different challenges and so many different things that are hard. And if it wasn't for even the people that I have around me, I've chosen some very strong women that are around me, that motivate me, that pull me up. I've met women who have, been through even larger challenges that I could even, like, they don't even touch the things that I've been through. And that is something so, so important to have around you, especially because we are social beings. We need that support from other people. You cannot do any of this alone. It is very hard and very, 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 very challenging. So, if you're just starting out, I hope you'll take this into consideration. And I really, really hope this helps and motivates you to just keep going. Like, no matter how you feel, like the way that you look or anything, that can change too. Like, you can transform the way that you look. It's 2026. There's many, like, multiple ways you can improve your body. When you improve your body, it can improve your face. When you feel better and you're mentally doing good, you choose better jobs, you put yourself in better situations. Like, the law of attraction is a real and true thing. The better you are is what you will attract, no matter what. So if you're stuck in chaos, if you're stuck in multiple things that just keep happening that are bad for you over and over again, you need to take a real deep look within yourself. And that took me such a long time to finally do, because it is one of the hardest things you can ever do, is take a look at yourself instead of all the situations and certain things around you. A lot of us want to point blame at other people, but we're so afraid to correct what's going on within us. So it's baby steps, it's little by little, but you just have to keep hanging on.